Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this file and they sent me the way they did it, and they're not happy with the outcome in the center and wondered what I thought would be the best way to do it. And I've done it. I don't particularly like it that everything's on the front and this is on the back, but that's kind of the same thing. Uh, but there's probably another way to do it. Let me nudge those out of the way. And because this is a centerable item and it's grouped together. So my suggestion is to make one piece out of the front. And I'm actually going to use the same color he did. And if you look, we're going to start right there. Now this is a little bit uh, extra work to put it in these places, but it'll work. And you just want to kind of seem to get a seamless pattern. Now, because that is grouped over or together, we can move that out of the way. But sometimes when you weld it, it doesn't work, but it works this time. So then I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate. And I don't have to put the center because it's a centerable item, and I'm just going to rotate it 90 degrees. That doesn't look right. Well, maybe it doesn't work. So let's just delete that and put this back there. That should work. Control D. Let's do alternate C and rotate it 90 degrees. You know, that still might work. Why doesn't that one fill up? Well, regardless of what you can do, is that we can move. See, I guess what I do, now I know what I did. I didn't fill in all the spots, so we need to fill in this. And then it'll probably weld weird. Sometimes it'll do this right here if it does it. But it didn't. It worked that time. So you've got that. Now Control D and rotate it to 90 degrees. And you could weld those together, but you don't really have to. It might look pretty cool if you put, like later on, if you put an outline around it to kind of show off that it's behind there or in front of there. And then all you have to do is fill in the other, what I did. I don't know if I'm doing it 100% right or what he wants, but if you take that part and get the interactive fill tool and put black on both ends, I call this a double interactive fill tool, and then bring your orange. Thankfully, he's using RGB and mine look the same. Now we're going to make it a little bit darker. And then you can always move your handle to kind of do that. That looks pretty good. It might be a little overkill, but we can go Control D. Then you have to go alternate C to make it rotate from the center and just go. And so instead of having to do that 4 times, you only have to do it once. And then if you take away your graphic, I don't know if I like the outline or not. You could select it all and have no line. Looks like we need some separation there, but I don't know what else you could really do. That looks pretty cool. Let's look at it with a black box effect, because that black box is really going to make the shadow kind of come out. Yeah, it needs to, something needs to happen, more so what he was trying to do here. You know, I'm just wondering if he just missed part of the, well, no, because if we take, we doesn't have it grouped together. That's already behind the page. Let's go to Object Order Front of Page. And see, then it messes up that. Yeah, it's right. You know, that one looks right. I like his better. Why don't we see if we can't do it like that? Let me get my graphic back. And let's see if we can't come up with a different plan. It's Smart fill tool. I apologize. I should have thought about this. Let's do the inside. I think he might have missed one of these little spots because it's kind of, unless you really look at the flow, you know what? He missed that right there. I bet you. I bet he did. So let's see the line. So let's weld that together. And sometimes this is good at welding good. Um, that's going to be the underside. So let's go ahead and put black in there. This might work. That might be too much, but it's good. I'm thinking I think I might have too much now of that little point down there. It looks, maybe I shouldn't have gone there. Well, let's see what it looks like when we rotate it. Control D, alternate C, 90 degrees. Control D, Control D. Yeah, see, it's hidden now, that little extra, so maybe this will work. And then just take these, and they're the ones on top, and just fill that in. Well, but then it kind of blends in with that. Should that be behind? You know what? Let's do that. Interactive fill tool. I should have practiced this a little bit more. So I think some things are so easy. Yeah, that's going to work. Now take that and select that. I would just together, Control G, Control D to duplicate, alternate C to have it rotate 90 degrees. Yes, that looks a lot better. And it gives a little bit of distinction between. Now, see the difference between welding and grouping? I don't know if you can see that, but there's a line right there. So don't ever, I find it easier to move this out of the way. We'll probably lose the interactive fill tool, but let's ungroup this all and then weld it. See, we lost it, but we can get it right back. We can just put it right back. I wish I could use the interactive fill tool in my laser jobs, but well, I guess I have in a way as far as 3D. I think that's a lot better. And it kind of separates this. They're still on front. I don't know how, looking at his, see, he had some of them in the back, some of them in the front. But I think that would look pretty good printed. Anyway, hope that helped. Thanks for watching.